Hi friends, welcome to all. In this video, we will configure a secure WPA2 Enterprise wireless LAN using Cisco wireless LAN controller and lightweight access points in packet tracer. We will also integrate an AAA server for the radius authentication, ensuring secure access for staff and student VLANs. This step-by-step CCNA lab will help you understand enterprise WLAN security with the VLANs and centralized authentication. Friends, I kindly request you to subscribe to our channel, and if you find the videos helpful, please like and share. Okay, friends, first of all, we will design the topology. We will have a router, then two switches, 2960 series, S1 and S2. Then coming to wireless, we will have this WLC 3504. Then a lightweight access point. Then a PC. Then a server. Then laptops. WLC. This is our radius server. AAA server. Admin PC. And this is our staff LAP. This is for a student LAP. Staff laptop and student laptop. We will connect all these devices from R1 G0002 S1 G0/1, then R1 G0/0/1 to S2 G0/1, then G0/2 to our WLC. We connected to the first port. FA0/1 to our server, FA0/2 to admin PC. Then we'll connect our lightweight access points, FA0/1 to staff LAP, then FA0/2 to student LAP. Okay, I just arranged our topology and labeled all the ports. Here we can see our WLC server and admin is in one network. And here on the other side, we will have two VLANs. One is for staff and the other one is for student. So first of all, we are going to configure our router R1. Enable configure terminal, hostname R1. Now IP domain lookup. Now we will configure the interface G0/0/0 and G0/0/1. Here we are going to configure router on a stick inter-VLAN routing. So we need to configure the sub interfaces here. We will do that one by one. As per our addressing table, interface G0/0/0, IP address is 172.20.1.1. Then submit to mask. Activate this interface. Now we will configure the sub interfaces. Interface G0/0/1.2 encapsulation .1q VLAN ID 2. We'll set the IP address 172.20. We will give it 2.1. Then subnet mask. Then we will go to interface G0/0/1.3 encapsulation .1q3 IP address 172.20.3.1 subnet mask. Interface G0/0/1.4 VLAN 4 IP address 172.20.4.1. Then subnet mask. We need to activate all these sub interfaces. For that, we need to go to interface G0/0/1, the physical interface, and activate it. Perfect. Show IP interface brief. So we configured G000, then sub interfaces G0, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. Next, we will configure our switch. So let me go to S2. Enable configure terminal, hostname S2, no IP domain lookup. We will create the VLAN. So here we have 3 VLANs. We can see staff and student, and also we will create for the management purpose. So VLAN 2 name is staff. VLAN 3 name is student. VLAN 4 name is management. Also, we will configure interface VLAN 4 IP address 172.20.4. We will set 2. Okay. Also, we will set IP default gateway, that is 172.20.4.1. We configured SVI on S2. Now we are going to configure the trunk. Here we can see this G0/1 is connected to R1 and it should be trunking. And here we can see our LAPs, that is FS0/1 and FS0/2 connected to our LAPs. So that should also be trunking. So we will do that. First of all, we will go to interface as a range FS0/1-2, which are connected to our lightweight access point. Switch port mode trunk. Switch port trunk native VLAN 4. So this is very important. Then we'll go to interface G0/1. Switch port mode trunk. Okay. Trunk. Perfect. Here in this G0/1, we are not going to set the native VLAN. By default, this G0/1 is in native VLAN 1. But Previously, we have seen this fs0/1 and fs0/2 we assign to native VLAN 4, right? Because we are going to set the IP address from the VLAN 4 for this staff LAP and the student LAP. Next, we will go to S1 CLI. Hostname S1. Now IP domain lookup. We will configure the SBI. Interface VLAN 1. We will set the IP address 172.20.1.4. So as per the addressing table, we will set this address. No shutdown. IP default gateway 172.20.1.1. We will configure IP address to these devices, WLC, our server, and admin. Coming to WLC management, here we will set the IP address 172.20.1.2. Submit to mask. Then default gateway. (1.1). Then coming to admin PC, we will give 1.3. Submit to mask. Default gateway. Then radius server. We will give last usable IP address, that is 254. Then default gateway. We can test the connectivity. We'll go to admin and we will ping to our WLC 172.20.1.2. We get the replies. We will ping to our radius server, that is 254. Okay. And also we can ping to our switch because we configured SVI here. That is 4.2. We get the replies. Next, we will configure this WLC through admin. We'll go to web browser and we will give the IP address of our WLC, that is 172.20.1.2. We need to wait some time so that we will get the interface of WLC. We are waiting for the window. It may take 30 to 40 seconds. Yes. So here we are going to create a username, admin, and password. Click start. System name will give a WLC. Management IP address. So we should give the same address we given here in this WLC. That is 172.20.1.2. Then submit to mask. Default gateway 1.1. Next. Network name, okay, let me give a WLC here. We can edit it later. Passphrase. Next, next, apply. Okay, we will close this web browser. So let it up, so we can see it is in amber color. Now we will go to our access, lightweight access point, and we will power it on. And we need to get the IP address here. So if they need to get the IP address from the WLC using internal DHCP server, we need to configure that DHCP scope. So we'll go to admin web browser, and we will access this WLC using 172.20.1.2, and we need to use HTTPS protocol. Login, admin, then password, login. We need to configure the internal DHCP. To do that, we need to go to controller, internal DHCP server here, then DHCP scope. Here we can see the default DHCP scope. Either we can remove or we can edit this itself. So let me edit this, or better I will remove, and we will give a new, so that we can give a scope name, management, then we will set the address pool 172.20.4.10. So this is for the management VLAN 4. So we given the start address, then we will give pool end address, we will give it till 100. Then network is 4.0, net to mask, then default routers will give 4.1. Okay, we are not going to edit DNS server here. Click on apply. Okay. See, still they are not going to get the IP address. I mean this LAP, staff LAP and student LAP not going to get the IP address from this WLC, because we need to configure the IP helper address here on R1, so that R1 will forward that request to WLC. So we will configure on R1, configure terminal, and we will go to interface G0/0/1.4. Then here we will set IP helper address. Then we need to give the IP address of our WLC, that is 172.20.1.2. Now we will try to get IP settings DHCP. Yes, here we can see default gateway 172.20.4.1 from the management VLAN. Then we'll go to gigabit Ethernet DHCP, and we got the IP address 172.20.4.10. Okay, so now we'll go to WLC, and we will set the primary controller, the IP address of our WLC, that is 172.20.1.2. Same way we will go to student LAP, config, settings DHCP here. Okay, then a gigabit Ethernet 0, we'll choose DHCP, perfect. Then go to WLC and set the IP address of our WLC. We will go back to WLC through admin and we will go to monitor, and here we will check our lightweight access point summary. So here we can see total 2 access point. Perfect. Okay, now we are going to create new interface for our VLANs, that is a staff and student. Right, we will do that. So for that we need to go to controller, interfaces, and we are going to create a new interface. First of all, we will create for staff. Staff VLAN ID is 2. Click on apply. And we need to give the details. Port number is 1. WLC is connected to port number 1. VLAN identifier is correct. IP address. So we will set an IP address for this interface 172.20.2.254. This is a VLAN 2. Then net mask. Then gateway 2.1. And primary DHCP server, we will give the IP address of our WLC 172.20.1.2. Click on apply. Okay. Now we need to create for student. So click on interfaces. So we already created for staff. Now we will click on new and interface name student VLAN ID is 3. Apply. And we need to configure this. Port number 1. IP address 172.20. It's a 3 dot. So we'll give the last usable address 254. Net mask. Then gateway 3.1. Primary DHCP server. So we will give the IP address of our WLC 172.20.1.2. Apply. Okay. So we need to wait some time. We can see a blink there. Yes. So we'll go to interfaces again, and we can see those interfaces we created. That is staff and student. Next, we will configure internal DHCP server for this staff and student. So they should get the IP address from this WLC. So we'll go to internal DHCP server, DHCP scope, and we will create the scope for this VLANs, staff and student. So click on new, and the scope name is staff DHCP, whatever, right? So click on apply. So again, I will create student DHCP. Then we will edit one by one. We'll go to staff DHCP, click on this staff DHCP. Then we will give the pool start address 172.20.2.10. Okay, that's fine. Then end address we will give 100. Network is a 2.0. Net mask. Then a default router 2.1. DNS, anyway we are not going to set this at DNS here. Click on apply. Then we will click on student underscore DHCP, and we will set the address pool We will give from 3.10 till 3.100. Then network 3.0, net mask. Then default router 3.1. Perfect. Click on apply. Right. Now we need to set up our AAA server. So before that, let me go to security. And here we can see AAA radius authentication. So we'll click on new. So server IP address. We should give the IP address of our AAA server. So we already configured 172.20.1.254. We can give that here. Then shared secret. We will give a password here. Cisco 123. And we can see the port number 1812. Click on apply. Now we need to update this in our radius server. Go to services, AAA, service, put it on, and radius port. So we will change this port number to 1812, whatever there in WLC. Then client name, that is WLC. Then client IP address of our wireless LAN controller, that is 172.20.1.2. Then secret we configured as Cisco 123, and we are going to add this information. Then we need to set up this user name and password. Okay, let me set staff password, also staff. Then username student. Right, you can set any. Now we will close this radius server, and we need to create WLANs, wireless LAN for staff and student. Yes. So we'll go to admin again and click on WLANs. So here we can see this WLAN we created initially. We can remove it. We will create new. Click on go. And we will give a profile name. Okay, let me give a staff, SSID staff Wi-Fi. Click on apply. Yes. So we need to enable this status and interface. So make sure that we assign to staff. So that interface already created. That's why this interface shows here, staff. Then go to security, layer 2 security WPA plus WPA2, then WPA2 policy. And here we are going to use AAA server. So we must choose 802.1x. Then go to AAA server. And here we can see that server 1. So we already configured in the security this AAA server, so that we can view here that server. Choose that. Then go to advanced, enable flex connect. Both options we must enable. Click on apply. So it will change from advanced to general. Yes. Now again we will click on WLANs. Because we need to configure for student also. So we'll give a profile name as student, SSID student underscore Wi-Fi. Click on apply. We need to configure the student. Status enabled interface is student. Security WPA2 WPA2 policy, then 802.1x. So here make sure that you click on WPA2 policy. Okay, then choose 802.1x. Then AAA server, select our server, then go to advanced, click on this flex connect, enable both options, click on apply. So you need to wait some time to apply the settings. Yes, perfect. Next we will go to AP groups and we will group this student and staff lightweight access point. So we'll click on add a group. AP group name, staff group, add. Also we will create student group. Okay, we'll go to staff group, click on that and we will add our lightweight access point. That's fine. We'll go to WLANs and add new. So we can see staff here. That's fine. So for the staff group, we'll give this a staff underscore Wi-Fi. Click on add. Okay, it's added. Now we'll go to APs and we will choose this staff underscore LAP and we'll click on add APs. Okay. So this LAP will be added to this group, staff underscore group. Fine. Again, we'll go back to AP groups. Then click on student group. WLANs, add new, change it to student Wi-Fi. Then add it. Then go to APs. So actually you need to wait some time. Now we can see it is shifted from WLANs to general. Then we can go to APs and here we can add student underscore LAP and click on add APs. Okay. So wait some time so that it will shift from APs to general. Yes, it's done. So now we can see staff LAP and student LAP. We can see that student Wi-Fi. We will connect staff laptop to staff lightweight access point, then student laptop to student lightweight access point. So click on this laptop. We will remove this wired connection and we will add a wireless interface here. Put on this desktop PC wireless. So we cannot connect using this tab. We need to go to profile. But let me go to connect and we will verify the SSID here, both the student Wi-Fi and staff Wi-Fi. Okay, we'll go to profile and click on edit. Then click on staff Wi-Fi. Staff Wi-Fi. Okay, advanced setup. Staff Wi-Fi. Perfect. Click on next. Click on next. Wireless security is WPA2 Enterprise. Next. Login name and the password be given staff. We configured this in our Radius server. So I will show that here. In AAA, here we configured staff. So we will use this username and password. And click on next. So let me give password once more. Okay. Click save and connect to network. So it may take some time. So partly we will configure on student underscore laptop. Yeah, we can see it is connected. So we'll go to student underscore laptop and we will add this wireless interface. Then put on laptop. Desktop PC wireless, in the same way we need to do here also. Here we can see those SSIDs. We will go to profiles, edit, and here we will click on student underscore Wi-Fi, then advanced setup. So make sure that wireless network name given correctly, otherwise you can type it student underscore Wi-Fi. Click on next. Obtain IP address automatically using DHCP. So this WLC will be provided IP address to our laptop. Click on next. Wireless security WPA2 Enterprise. Next. Login name we given student, password also student or whatever you can set. Click on save. Connected to network. Okay, parallelly we will check the IP address of this staff laptop. Okay, requesting IP address, and we can see we are not getting the IP address. So here also we need to configure the IP helper address for the sub interface. Yes, we will do that. We will go to our router. Then we will go to interface G0/0/1.2. IP helper address. We need to give the IP address of our WLC, that is 172.20.1.2. The same way we will set for the sub interface 1.3 IP helper address. Okay. Now we will go to staff laptop and we'll click back static DHCP, or we can renew it using command prompt. We can renew it. That's the actual method. So here we can see staff laptop received IP address from this WLC 172.20.2.10. We can see this address from VLAN 2. Go to student laptop. We'll go to IP configuration. Actually, we need to renew. This is the actual method. IP config/renew. Yes, here we can see 172.20.3.10. So this is in VLAN 3. Perfect. We can test the connectivity. Go to admin. Okay, we can close this. Before that, just you can save configuration. Click on OK. And you will get one more message. Oh, that's all. Okay, fine. So let me close this. Go to command prompt, and here we will ping to 172.20.2.10 IP address of our staff laptop. We are waiting for the replies. Yes, we get the replies. It is working. Also, we will ping to our student laptop, that is 3.10. It should work. Yes, perfect. Friends, that's all in this video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, drop your questions in the comments, and subscribe to Acad for more CCNA labs, networking tutorials, and other technical subjects. See you in the next video. Keep learning, keep networking.